Okay, guys, so we have some bad news or some good news. It really depends on who you are. So, apparently, the live action Akira film has been delayed indefinitely. That's crazy to me because Tristan and I had just reported on this, I believe, a few episodes ago. So this might have been a month or so ago. We actually in April, yes. So about 3 months ago, we talked about the fact that the California Film Commission they revealed in April that the film would shoot entirely in California and would receive a tax credit of $18.5 million. The catch, though, is that the project rather, had to begin shooting within 180 days to receive that tax credit. So when they talked about that, by the way, the shooting was then scheduled to shoot on 71 days, for 71 whole days in California. And the film was expected to generate an estimated $92 million in qualified spending, including $43 million in wages to 200 below the line crew members and more than 5,000 extras. So we talked about that back then, 3 months ago, not that far long ago, but still. And we talked about the fact that Taika Waititi is actually who's the director for Thor 3, and also a bunch of other fun stuff like What We Do in the Shadows. Really love that. Actually, no, I don't think he directed it, but he might have wrote it, but he was in it as well, the movie. Anyway, so Waititi said that he actually was going to adapt. This was in April 2018, so a while back. He was planning on adapting the original manga as opposed to the anime film adaptation, and he even said that he wanted to have a majority of Asian actors in the film, which I think was great as well. But was just so odd that out of nowhere, like literally, like as if Thanos snapped his fingers, all of a sudden this film is being delayed indefinitely. But that was until I realized that Taika Waititi is actually directing Thor: Love and Thunder, i.e., Thor 4. So I'm going to assume that that is the reason why. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. Let's look at the fact that apparently entertainment news website The Hollywood Reporter reported, and this was on Tuesday, that Waititi is directing Marvel's Thor 4 film, and the production schedules for the two projects reportedly began to overlap. So I'm going to assume that this is the case. It's just very odd though, because you would think that they would have him down on lock. I know that this isn't a superhero movie, but you would think that there would be some kind of contract where if they're saying no, you're going to be the director, you're going to have, and you even have everything set up to film, you would have him under lock and key. It's weird that they didn't. I know that Akira, as much as I love it and it's a huge property, it isn't currently, at least in the US, it isn't currently what superhero films are in the US. So it isn't like what Disney's doing where they're locking people down for years in these contracts. But you would think that Warner Brothers would do something to keep this guy involved when they've put so much money into this and they finally got it off the ground. A little odd that they kind of let this one slip. I'm not saying that I don't want Waititi working on Love and Thunder. I'm just saying that it's a little weird that that somehow managed to happen. I'm sure Warner Brothers is super happy, though. I'm sure they're like, oh, Disney, look at you little rapscallions. I'm sure they're so happy about this. No, but it is very odd that, this managed to happen this way. So back to what I was saying. So it's just strange that they didn't have him under lock and key. I mean, it is what it is. But I just feel like it's one of those, it's a weird situation because, look, I'm not saying that I'm really sad, that I'm super duper sad over the fact that the Akira, movie isn't coming out. The live action movie isn't coming out now. I'm not going to say that. But what I am going to say is that it would have been really nice if we would have had a platform for Asian American actors to be in this film and to potentially have a box office success with this, to kind of show anyone in Hollywood who says, oh no, these actors can't draw, that they can draw. And it was just, I don't know, like it was just frustrating to really see this project get shut down, because I feel like it's going to come back. I feel like they're going to find someone else, but they might not push for an all Asian cast or for a majority Asian cast. And it's just going to be, it's not that would make the content of the film, the actual script of the film, that much better. But I just, again, it would just be nice representation. and it's a movie where it would make sense that it would have that type of representation. It's, it's not it's not, a like Attack on Titan situation where when you have or even Fullmetal Alchemist, when you have the Japanese live action adaptations, there's a lot of Japanese people, and they're not Japanese people who are, immigrated from Europe or something like that. It's native Japanese people, so it's just odd when you see that. And so I don't know, I feel like this one just kind of lent itself to having a full Asian cast, and I'm just worried that it's not going to have that when it comes back. So if it ever does. So, and also I don't feel as if this movie, if it was awful, I mean god awful, if this movie was god awful, it would then make it seem like the original Akira wasn't good, the manga or the anime. It's like, no, they can both be good, and this could be terrible. So I know some people are rejoicing, and they're so super duper happy about this. But for me, I don't know. I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, it could have been okay though, and it wouldn't have hurt Akira to me anyway. So yeah, it's frustrating to say the least. I mean, look, I'm happy. I'm gonna probably love Love and Thunder, so I'm gonna love Thor 4. So I'm not necessarily upset, but I do wonder if this was I wonder if this was a retaliation from Disney after Warner Brothers taking James Gunn and then having that delay Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm wondering what's happening there. So I'm wondering if that was a little bit of like a shots fired scenario. Either way, tell me what you guys think about all of this stuff down below. Are you a fan of Akira? Does this not really? Does it make you just go, oh, okay, whatever? Do you feel as if this is good for Akira because thank goodness it's not going to be a live action version, or are you like me, a little bit like a little sad because you're like, hey, like it would have been nice to see something like this in live action. Like I don't think Akira is as is something like Dragon Ball Z, where it's really hard to do in live action. Yeah, there's the telekinesis and stuff like that, but it's been done. So I mean, at least in American live action. So I feel sad. But again, tell me what you guys think about all of this stuff down below.